think what I want to do is just mix some of the pink into the white, and then we'll kind of just we'll blend it. We'll definitely blend it, but for now we'll just use layering to kind of create the gradient, and then we can kind of make it more blended, not by the process of blending the paints, but rather using glazes, I think, maybe. How do you do, fellow kids? This is How Do You Do, Fellow Kids Central over here. Okay, let's see what brushes we have that might be good for this. Gotta get something soft. Just now, I feel like I only remember 3 SpongeBob episodes well enough to quote them. Man, so how long has SpongeBob been going on for? It's like a super old series at this point, right? It's been going on forever. Too long. Should it have been canceled? Shit. I just realized something. Let me check my reference real quick. Let me check those drippy shoes. Yeah, okay, I got it right. So the pink, there's like pink rose petals on the shoe, and they kind of transition from like white to pink at the very tip. So that's what we're trying to do right now. And I think I want to use a thinner brush. Just now, I think it's still ongoing, not sure. I just know that Stephanie Hillenberg wanted the show to stop over a decade ago. Holy shit. I remember, like any animated show, before they go into production, like they have this thing called a Bible. Do you know what I mean? Like an animation, a show Bible, all the sort of information regarding the setting, the characters, character sheets, all of that stuff. And I desperately wanted to find the Bible, the character Bible, or the show Bible for SpongeBob, but I could never find it. Maybe it's out there somewhere these days, because I looked for it a long time ago, but that'd be a cool thing to find. Because it's such a, you know, as old as that show is now, and it's kind of getting long in the tooth, I guess. At the time, it was really, really neat. An encyclopedia of what characters should look like in the setting. Yeah, I love stuff like that. And you know, you can get art books for games and anime and shows. And I do have a couple of art books. I love those things. I don't know if something like that exists for SpongeBob, but that would be cool. Simpsons Bible now. Simpsons Bible and how it evolved over time. Super interesting. Yeah, I would be interested in seeing that as well. That definitely is, the look has evolved over time. Especially the early Tracy Ullman show. The look of the characters back then is very different. Okay, yeah, so I think I'll take off the head so I can kind of like manipulate it a lot easier. I don't think there was a Bible during the Tracy Ullman show. Oh, don't know if. Yeah, there might not have been, and then once it became a show that was, you know, once it got optioned to be an actual TV show, that's when they decided to create a Bible. Yeah, I've got some of those like art books for games and anime. Like I think I've got one for Laputa, and I got some for some games, like The Last of Us and what else? I've got one for Hellboy, like the art of Hellboy. That's really cool. I've got the art of Jeff Smith's Bone. It's one of my favorite comics, both Hellboy and Bone. Some of my favorite comics. What else? I've got the art of Alex Ross. That's pretty neat. We could get into looking at an art book someday. I used to. I did that like a couple of times on stream, just looking at art books or comics. But we could get back into that if there's any interest in that. And funny thing is, I actually have from the dollar store, the good old Canadian dollar store. Some of you guys might know that, like, occasionally I'll pick up some crazy stuff at the dollar store just because they have surprisingly good things there. And I got like the art of Hearthstone and the art of Diablo. You know, these are big art books that probably would have retailed for like 40-50 bucks in Canada, or yeah, normally in Canada, and I got them for $5. Don't you have one for Valkyria Chronicles? Yeah, I have two for VC. I have VC1 and VC3, and I gotta get the VC2 one, I guess, at some point. Yes, and I think you got me one of them, if I'm not mistaken, Bacon. Alex Ross, is that the guy that did Almost for Real? Yep, that's the one. You're thinking of Alex Jones? Yeah. Yeah, Alex Jones. I don't know how much of an artist Alex Jones is. Little Skinks, hello there. Stay a while. Yeah, exactly right. I put in a good amount of time. What's up, Little Skinks, by the way? I put a good amount of time into Diablo 2. I had so much fun. I didn't play the remake of it. I might get it someday. And I actually probably put in even more time into Diablo 3. I played a shit ton of Diablo 3. Really good game. Stay a while and listen. Got to focus the brightest parts towards the center, and then we kind of get darker as we get closer. But the plan is to kind of use a bit of a glaze to kind of soften the transition. Ooh, I think we gotta change the music. Okay. Just gnarly. I mean, oh, let's change the music. What do we got? Do. Just gnarly. I mean, even in the sense that publishers will push hard release dates on projects that haven't gotten the time plus attention they require to become fully feature complete, or even in an aspirational sense, allow the developers to create art rather than build a product. Yeah. Like, when it comes to this notion of building art and making art within a commercial context, like, that just gets like a whole lot fuzzier, and I kind of look to indies for that, more than the big companies at this point. You know, I'm a big fan of Fumito Ueda. I'm a big fan of Shadow of the Colossus and Katamari Damacy. These are games developed by artists. Like they're made by like or directed by people that like went to art school and made like art, have that kind of mindset. And I really love those kind of games, but you know they're kind of few and far between, right? Epo, so you know how I said I slept in late. I worked today. Yeah. So are you presently working right now? What's the situation, Carmi? Or is it a done deal? You still gotta work, right? Does that mean you're kind of behind on work now? Got a bit ranty there. That's all right. I don't mind when it's something that like we can discuss and get into. My freshman year English profs crying in their lecture room looking at this run-on sentence. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's funny. Them run-on sentences. Those were great times when the devs were willing to experiment and get artsy. Yeah. Now it's like no one's gonna give the budget it costs to make even a game like Katamari, right? Like I doubt that's gonna get funded on a big scale by a big company, right? Because that was from Bandai, or rather Namco. It was just Namco at the time. It's unlikely that Namco would ever fund a game like that nowadays, right? Yeah, medium-sized risks, and like I don't know what you want to call them, like B tier games or something like you know how there's like AAA games. I guess like games like that would have been like, you know, not quite AAA in terms of the budget involved. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff happening in the world of indies, of course, but it's a little different when a game gets the backing of a big company, right? That's when it's kind of like, so when you kind of, at least for me, I pay attention a little. I'm like, oh shit, okay, what's going on here? Something like Near Automata took some begging and threatening from DQ's producer. Yeah, and then what's happened now? Despite the fact that that game is like a certified classic, right? Despite the fact that that game is a classic, a beloved game, like we have not heard of a new sequel for years now, and it's like holy shit. And as a matter of fact, the director, he's actually making a game for Sega now. Like he's not even. I don't know if he's like presently employed by Square Enix or like his contract lets him do work outside of the company. But yeah, he's not working on a Square game. So let's try and do a bit of a glaze now, and try and blend this a bit more. We're gonna thin this down, and we're gonna add some medium. Shinji Mikami left Tango as well. Yeah, that's really interesting too. Because that game that just came out, right? What's it called? The rhythm action game. It's actually people seem to really enjoy that one. Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, yeah. I haven't played it. I don't know if you guys have played it. A friend of the channel, Mojo, tried it out and he said it was quite good. Want a donut? Is that related to the color of this pink? I think I should mix this. I just enjoy starting a cool company and then leaving. Yeah, I mean, even when it comes to the games, he did not direct. Oh, glazed donut. Gotcha. When it comes to the games, I don't think that Shinji Mikami directed The Evil Within 2. Maybe he did 1, but I don't know if he directed 2. He's the face of the company, and so he's always like in front of it. And of course, he's kind of directs the sort of mood and the feeling of the games. But then there was that game. It was a Sony exclusive until I don't know if it's a Sony exclusive still. Tokyo. What was that one? It was like the horror first person game kind of. And that didn't seem to really cause much of a stir. Didn't really seem to cause much of a buzz. So yeah, there's the glaze. Just mixing in some medium. And we want to make it really thin, and we're going to go over the parts that I painted and kind of attempt to softly blend it in, because right now it's just layered. I've created the look through layering the paints, but if we have a very thin glaze, you can kind of soften the transition between the layers to make it look a little more blended. Ghostwire Tokyo. There you go. The pink looks great. Reminds me of Lotus Flower. Yeah, actually, that's the that's what I was referencing. That's what I was referencing for the kit. Wow. Oh, hey, it's Joe. What up, Joe? We are making some steady progress on the dragon. And yes, Bacon had correctly spotted that the pink parts are intended to look like lotus root. Did you see the shoe? Did you see the shoe that I'm basing it on, Bacon? I thought you may have seen it, but yeah, how you doing, Joe? Not a big fan of that genre of music. I don't know. What is the genre of music for Street Fighter? Street Fighter 6, that is. Surviving the day. Yes, we all must survive. Yeah, this is kind of like roughly the reference point for the color scheme. Hey, it's Paper Joey with the subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscribe, Paper Joey. 4 months. Thank you so much. Please enjoy your ad-free experience. Please enjoy your farm-to-table, locally grown, cruelty-free emotes made by yours truly. And I've actually got some new emotes along the way. We're working, we're cooking. That'll get done. Cool shoe. Yeah, that's the kind of color scheme that I'm going for this dragon. It's my secret strat, guys. If you're looking for color schemes, just look up shoes. It was kind of short, at least, I guess. This is what I mean by like the tiny little accents of pink. Just a little bit of pink kind of goes a long way, kind of makes it pop. Still working, lurking. Hope you're having great streams. Ori, Chook is here. You've been hoping and praying that Chook would make an appearance. Steady hands. Are they really, guys? I don't know. I'm just kind of used to my where. Uh-oh. She vanished again. Sorry. It's like Snuffleupagus. I'm just so used to them. I'm not really sure if they're steady or not. Hi, what? What? Well, I think you could, if you tried to like prop your hands on your desk, that could help. There you go, there you go. They found each other once again. Generally, I'll be using the sleight of hand, Pro and Scavenger. You don't want that smoke. I think I'd like to try one of those hand stabilizers. That might be neat. Got them surgeons. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Am I in the wrong profession? Should I be making incisions on people? Should I be cutting people up? Was that my calling? Did I miss it, guys? Hand lubing keyboard switches. Yeah, I mentioned that to you. I think in your stream, Ori. There was at least once or twice where someone had come into my stream and was like, he was like, "Hey," and then suddenly he realized that I wasn't building keyboards, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were building a keyboard, judging from your thumbnail or whatever." And I was like, "Well, it actually says in the title description, but." Pro Luber Chook. I wasn't gonna go there. That's low hanging fruit there, Chook. I wasn't gonna go there. It's a common term used in the world of making keyboards. Vanilla, what's up, Vanilla? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. You know what? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Vanilla and Chook. Was gone last week, and I have been streaming since last week. We're trying to be sweet. I mean, trying and failing. Listen. I just want you guys to be you. I want you to be you. I'll worry about stuff on my end, but I don't want you guys to think that you have to behave yourselves. Blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? It's been so long, gosh, it's been 84 years. But yeah, I definitely miss talking to all of you. Miss talking to Vanilla, miss talking to Chook and everyone in the chat. It's been a hot minute, and we have been in touch still. I'm talking like it's been a long time, but yeah, it felt like a while. I'm just glad to be back. Heck yeah, what's going on? Heck yeah, we're painting some silly topics. We're pretty normal. We're having a pretty normal day, TBH. The silly topics. See, there has to be the right blend of chatters. It's an alchemic blend of Carmi, Chook, Vanilla, the usual suspects. Then the shit starts popping off. Let me tell you what. Topic: hidden talent is a hand luber. Yep, there it is, guys. Just pass me the lube. I'll get you nice and lubed up. Oh, God. We need to do something about it. Can't stand. This will not stand. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, doing some lining here with the pink. Is that what we're doing now? Okay, let's do it, guys. Let's do some panel lining with pink. That looks gassy, as Eddie would say. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This looks sick now. Oh, ho, ho. Doing some of that lining, the pink. What does he lube? Yes. Just lube. Whatever you need lubing. Whatever needs lubing, I'm your guy. Let's get you set up. Oof, I need a drink though. Because this takes a lot of concentration. I need total concentration breathing. So I need to kind of like relax a bit. Chook or been MIA. Caught me in the middle of a big move. Yes, big move. I hope everything's going well with the move. Chook. It can be stressful. Seems like you got things under control. Ori hit affiliate. Yes. Congrats. Yeah. You're all grown up. My boy's all grown up. Can't wait to see you back in chat. How's the move going? Look at that line. Chef's kiss. The mail is here, Ori? Uh-oh. Alright. Alright, it's only 5 o'clock, my dudes, so we can keep going. We can keep going. Where's my brush? Where's my brush? Chuki got everything under control. Yeah, hell yeah. Expect nothing less. The multitasker. Like I said, guys, I'm a monotasker. I can do one task poorly. Little Chuk here. It's got you covered. Can do all sorts of tasks. What other colors am I planning? So actually, I'm not really planning on doing many other colors for this. I want to kind of let that pink kind of stand out against the black. The black itself, I very well might do some edge highlighting, but I can show you, Chuk, my my inspiration, my inspo, which I've shown some folks already in the chat. But I am basing my color scheme off of a shoe. There it is. Sorry for the glare. But yeah, this is the shoe. I was like, oh, okay, might think we can use these colors. That's the plan. Hit me with that inspo. That inspo, though. What are those? I actually don't know what those are. What are those? They look cool, though. I like the colors. Not Slide. Not Slide. I thought we were pals. I thought we were broskies. How can you say that? You know. So dreamy. So one thing I'm not sure about is like there's some lines over there, there's some lines over here. Gotta think about that. Oof. So yeah, we want to kind of stick to like this dark color scheme with little flourishes of pink to really pop out. And we've got some green here as well. And that really just might be it. As far as the face goes, this is the face right here, which you can see. I've done a bit of a gradient, a lotus petal gradient. We want the face to pop out and stand out. So we're gonna do a lot more to the face, but it's gonna take some time. I'm so nervous about making any kind of decision, so I will sit on it for a little bit. Although there's this wee bit of a little indentation detail. There you go. There you go. And we might actually do something like that here. Paint some kind of like detail like that. Just remember that I have to paint some black around some parts here where it got frosted. Chuk, the color transition looks great. Is that all hand painted? Yep, that's all hand painted. Just did it with my hands. My hands. Did that all on stream today. Just used a bit of a gradient for that part. Some layering. Ori, I watched it come to life. Go. Yeah, so we can go on for just a little bit more, guys, as we continue to make some decisions. So I think I'll add some white to the face. Are you gonna name it? The Dragon of Mount McNugget. The idea that I had in mind actually was just calling it the Dragon Reborn project, because this model kit was originally is called Dragon Gundam from the series called G-Gundam. And it looks like a typical Gundam model, right? Except he has dragons for hands. And this model kit was something that I had as a little kid. I bought this model and I built it as a youngling, and I've had it for years and years and years. And when the opportunity arose, thanks to Joe's building competition, to revive it and turn it into something new, that's when I was like, oh wow, I could actually use this. I have this model just sitting in my closet doing nothing. What if I actually just turned it into a real dragon, and I'll call it Dragon Reborn, you know, BB's first build. Yeah, it was like one of, if not the first Gunpla kit that I had as a kid. And it was busted up, it was poorly made. I have some pictures of how it looked originally. And it was like, yeah, let's do something. Let's turn it into something special. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely need some new brushes too. This is a very long bristled brush, as you can see. Right? It's very long. And I like that. I like that because it can hold a lot of paint. Right? I'm not having to constantly go back to the palette and get more paint. But as fine as this is, I would like to have much more finer tips. And I've bought a number of brushes that were intended for fine detail work, and yet I haven't been really too satisfied with many of them. So I'm gonna have to shell out the big bucks, shell out the simoleons for some nicer brushes, I guess. I know Eddie is a big fan of the God Hand brushes, so I might have to give one of those a shot. You want more tips? Oh god. More tips? Just the tip. Okay. Okay, that's actually looking pretty okay. Again, we kind of have to go over some of these parts one more time. Need a brush with one doll hair? Yeah, I've had brushes in the past where I've just used them so much that they get reduced to a single hair. I've had brushes like that, and once you get to that point, they do serve a purpose. Like, you can use them. But yeah, that brush is dead. Just the tip. Little Chook, I nipped with a Godham nipper and it was powerful. Wait a minute, you've been building already? Where can I see where can I see your progress, Chook? You've been making some stuff already? Damn. What have you been making? Because I know you've been amassing a hoard. A plastic hoard. I did not know that you had already even begun building. That's exciting. So yeah, during the week, last week, guys, I went to the States. I saw my family, my extended family on my mom's side. It just grows bigger and bigger. It's very surprising just how big my family has grown. But I think I've gotten to the point now. Where a lot of my family members don't bother to ask the questions. Do you know what I mean? Like my aunts and my uncles. They don't bother asking the question, you know, are you seeing anyone? Are you dating anyone? Are you are you in a relationship? Blah blah blah. Oh god. But I don't know. They might have they might have clued in to like not even bother to ask at this point. It's like, no, actually, I build toys. I build and paint little toys on stream. But the other day, I bought myself. I broke them. The other day, I bought myself, which is something that I'm now considering the equivalent to a child, to a son, to a daughter, a baby. I bought myself the giant high-grade Nightingale. There's pictures of it on the Instagram, on the Discord. Yes, indeed, I got myself that big-ass Nightingale. I'm too lazy to show it right now because it's just far too large. But yeah, that is now officially my child. Whenever family asks, "Are you dating anyone? Are you seeing anyone?" I'll be like, "Hey, I have a child. I have a Nightingale. It's a big Gundam. It has like a proton cannon in the chest. It's got a giant beam. It's got a giant beam saber. It's my son. He's picked out a college already. He's gonna major in arts and sciences, poli-sci." That's my child, Nightingale. Oh, Chook, now my friend let me check out his tool. I was like, kid in a candy shop. Yeah, I don't even have a God Hand. Well, I do have a God Hand nipper, but not like the single-bladed one. So I mean, you're ahead of the game there, Chook. I don't know. I like to see it. Here, okay, guys, we're kind of close to wrapping things up. How about we have a little, just a little something. He sits in my room rent-free. Proud parent. I'm a proud parent. Yeah. He's in the corner. I don't want to actually show him off. He's unbuilt. But yes, indeed. I have my Nightingale. It's now my son. When people ask. A glizzy? I wish I had a glizzy. No, not the whole bottle. Notside, are you dealing with the impending heat death of the universe alone? Hell yeah. I got a Nightingale though. I got Nightingale, I got Moon Gundam with me here. Let's kind of clean off our desk. We're kind of close to wrapping things up, guys. By the way, I'm making some new emotes, and there very well might be a glizzy emote, guys. There very well might be one in the works.